In order for a surprise to be successful, you're either misdirecting the person or you're withholding certain information, because certain directions or certain details ruin surprise. Just certain, it might not be the full thing, but that's why they are called hints or clues. Somebody might get a clue, and then that clue, when the surprise is revealed, it kills the surprise. You understand? And so the more you know, the less surprised you can be. And it's a package that seems to always, it's like, so for me, in order for me to be able to truly be surprised, to truly get that feeling of surprise when that success, when that dream comes, certain details have to be withheld. And so for a person curious like me who knows so much and sees a lot, I'm able to envision a lot and see a lot coming. I can forecast a lot. For somebody like me, when I hit that block road, as I have hit now, I'm at the block road, I can't see shit. And I can't see how it links. Well, this is where that comes into play. This is where I have to then convince myself that, I've reached as much as I can see. The rest of this will be withheld so that you can enjoy the surprise when it comes. So that you walk in on this stage and you are like, how the fuck did I get here? And now you have to look back to connect the dots, to make sense of it. This is where the panabiting starts, where you're just going like this. You don't really know what you're doing. But it is different from starting off and not knowing what you're doing. It's that you've done as much as you know that you are doing. But you see where you are going, you've never actually gone there before. And you don't know what it takes to get those things. And this is as far as your knowledge can push you. What pushes you from this point? It's your delusion, your faith, your conviction. That conviction that what you want, you get, regardless of the fact that you don't know how they used to get it. You've tried out all the things you thought you knew, which is cool, because that's what has brought you to this point. This is the point where you just believe you will still get it without even knowing how they used to get it. This is where your belief is tested. Because maybe you believe because you saw a way on how it will work. Now that you don't see a way, do you then believe that it will not work? You understand? But it's not easy it's easier when you don't know anything. When you know something, it's like, but you've seen so many these things. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is the part where it's like, yo, bro, I'll tell you, if I didn't see it playing out like this. I didn't even see it play. I just was convinced it will. I didn't know how it was going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Because all the ideas you have, because you're coming from a place where it looks like it should not happen. This is where you watch the film. This is where you hit the Phidias moment. I think it was Phidias moment that was saying that one moment where I would have talked about that whole thing again. Because when you're doing what nobody has done before, you might have ideas and clues on how it can play out. That is Phidias telling people to go and spam Elon Musk's mom. He was exploring different ideas. It was him deciding to leave the SpaceX place and go to Twitter. Going to SpaceX place in the first place, then Twitter. It was him bringing the banner. It was him getting people to form line and say hug this thing. It was him getting people to do a mini protest. He was exploring all those ideas. Those were me trying to befriend American creators, me trying to become a successful Nigerian skip maker, me trying out all those things. And when Phidias didn't know what else to do, what did he do? He just did continue doing what he was doing, Joe. Yeah. Now, was it those things that work? Well, kind of, not directly. It was then World Cup, timing, all of that. And so this is the place where it's like, now I'm just going to do something that seems clearly ineffective. Just making videos, entertaining videos, for the audience that I'm targeting. It looks clearly ineffective. The views will show that they are not effective. But I have to just keep believing them. I have to stay delusional and keep doing them. And somehow it's going to work. How? That's what I don't know now. That's the part that is the surprise. You understand? But if I knew now, where's the surprise? So that's the part that is the surprise. So the mindset shift is, it's not, I don't know what to do again, man. Oh, fuck. So I don't know if this dream is going to play out. It's, I don't know what to do again. This is the part where I find out what to do when it has happened. This is the surprise package. It's like you're following, during a treasure hunt, sometimes you're following the guide. They are walking. All of a sudden you don't see him. Oh shit, this is the part where I'll find out the road after I've found the road. Yeah. This is the part where I know the way that leads to that place after I've gotten there. Yeah. And that is the part of the story that becomes unique to me. Because I myself didn't even know until I finish. It is extra unique to me. Then I'm like, well, how did it work? Well, from that point, I just kept believing. That's the inspirational part of the story. If I start and I say, I knew exactly what to do, I did it and it worked. Mm-hmm. What a boring story. But that's me. For most part of it, I kind of knew what to do. Or so it seemed. And I did them for long, and I did them, and I got to the part where I didn't know what to do. And so even for the guy that seems to know everything, at this point he didn't know what to do. And that's to tell you that it's not your knowledge that your knowledge is not enough. Your conviction, your confidence in your ability to still figure it out, in your ability to get there even when it looks like you don't know what you're doing. That's the self-belief. From this point, it's self-belief that is just carrying you. Before, there's self-belief, but there's also like, oh, I have some ideas that I think might work. Now, I don't have any idea that I think might work. Only the fact that I believe in myself. But right from the beginning, I believe in myself. That's why I believe that I'll be able to meet an American creator. Because I'm Sokoto boy, I believe you meet an American creator, befriend him. But that didn't work. I thought that plan would work. So you can claim that my self-belief was because I kind of had a plan that might work. You can claim that. Well, this is the time to prove it. That, well, it wasn't that. I genuinely believe that I'll be all I'll be. So that is being tested now. So I have to convince myself and lock myself into that belief that me, Chimeze John Paul, a Sokoto boy, way de Lagos, that wants to become this thing, and with all the challenges he has seen, with all the great things that should work, that did not work, that turned out to not be the best idea, which has to do with his own shortcomings, with all my failed attempts that were great attempts that many would only dream of being able to accomplish, the attempts that I made towards YouTube, all those failed attempts, and the shaking the shakiness of the market, that somehow I still, with all of that, even more reasons why I should not. Basically, I've spent the last 10 years gathering even more reasons why I should not succeed. And now this is where self-belief comes into play, to hang in there saying, it must work. At this point now, I cannot tell you how it's going to work. I've done what I would do. Right now, I'm just chilling. Just go with the flow and see what happens. But one thing must happen, it must work. This is where it's now truly, purely self-belief. It's self-belief before, but like I said, you can argue that it's self-belief, but because you kind of had an idea of some things you can try that will work. Maybe that's why this Sokoto boy believed he was going to succeed. Because he had an idea of some things that may work. Now that those things did not work, can he still believe now that he has no idea of what may work? Because Logan Paul believed he was going to become the greatest entertainer. He didn't have an idea of what was going to work. You understand? Yeah. Just the belief that somehow, it is going to. So that's the thing now. That's the mindset shift now. It's the conviction that I'm leaving the rest to surprise. You understand? Yeah. I don't know. I've hit the rock. I don't know what the plan. I don't know what to do next. Well, cool. I'll just do anything that I can do now and just go with the flow. With the conviction that it must still work one way or the other. If it's not this, then this will lead to something. If it's not the thing, it's the thing that will lead to the thing that will lead to the thing. One way or the other, it must work. That conviction is just where I need to enter now. Once I enter that conviction, then boom, I've set my mind free of the stress of it. Because now hope is alive again. Yeah. But the hope is not in a plan. The hope is just in the fact that I want it, that it somehow. Exactly. Yeah. So that's why it seem delusional. That is the part where it's like, well, I don't even have a plan. So what should I do? Give up? No, now. I cannot give up. So if I had a plan, I'll use the plan. But I don't have a plan. So right now, it's just going to happen with no plan. But the plan will bring itself forward. Why? I am convinced that there is, by the limitation of my knowledge, there is no way. So now I have to stay on the hope that a way will find itself to open. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It's different from if Phidias knew now that he could tell those people to go and tell Elon Musk, he'd not tell them. No, Phidias did all that he could do. That's what we are talking about, doing your best. I've done my best, basically. Now I'm going to leave the rest. As in, literally what I've been saying the past few days is an indirect way of saying I've done my best. Is that I've checked, nothing again. Now, this is where you leave the rest. It's not the lazy one of, oh, I want to become a successful this thing. I'm not going to even try anything. I'll just leave the rest. Cool, if you want to do that. No, me, I will try my best. I will check all the strategies that I can find, put them to test. And if all of them fails, I'm not turning back. Then I'm like, well, I've done my best. Now just find a way to work. So I've done my best. I've explored everything possible. I've made things that should not be possible for me possible. I've befriended a top American creator, one of the biggest creators in the world. That's how far I have pushed it. And that didn't work. Now I don't know what else to do. So I'm going to leave the rest.